What's up, J Fusion fans? This is Philip, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to review the very first episode of Kikai Sentai Zenkaiger. So before we begin, I would like to remind everyone that these videos are not intended for viewers under the age of 13, and just to be safe, I would like to play some spoiler alerts. But I promise not to spoil everything. So once you guys, get to watching episode 1, so you can fully enjoy it. Anyway, so with that said, let's move on with this video. So the episode starts with some clips of the Go Rangers, Jew Rangers, and Kina Majors fighting their enemies, but suddenly, up in the sky, like a dark cloud or kind of like a UFO appears and suddenly turns that world into some sort of gears. So we see immediately the Toji Tendo, which as it turns out is an intergalactic evil organization, and it seems that their goal is to rule the universe, or probably the Super Sentai multiverse, by eliminating each Super Sentai team, turning their worlds or trapping their worlds inside gears. So this is probably what was done. So uh, the clips that were used for the said show, so Go Ranger, Jew Ranger, and Kina Major, I think are actually original clips. But in the case of Go Ranger and Jew Ranger, the videos have been edited or kind of like given a vintage filter so that they would look old. Again, I do believe these are original clips, but uh, they were designed to look as if they were taken from uh, older stock footage. But that was, in my opinion, a really nice touch. Of course, the Kira Major just ended recently, so it looks new and modern, but again, if you look at the video quality for each clip, there is an obvious difference in quality. So, after that, we are suddenly introduced to our main character, Kaito Goshikida, who wants to be the first person in the world to do something really amazing. And, well, he starts off by trying to jump off uh, Tokyo Sky Tree, or rather, bungee jump off of Tokyo Sky Tree. So he wants to be the first person in the world to do that, but he is thrown out by the security. What happens is, after that, the world suddenly changes around him, and now, out of nowhere, the Kikainoids appear. And apparently, the human world, or the world that Kaito lives in, is now fused with another world, which is called Kikaitopia, where the Kikainoids come from, and now they live together. Of course, both humans and Kikainoids are shocked to see each other, but apparently, we skip forward a month and everything is normal. Kikainoids and humans have learned to live in harmony. So this is actually kind of reminiscent of Geoger's ending, where the human world and the Juman world fuse. But in the case of Zenkaiger, so this happens in the first episode. So of course, we also see the other Kikainoids that will eventually become Kaito's allies as the Zenkaigers. But of course, we're focused on one character today. So we are going to also see Zenkai Juran. Review is also out, by the way. So check it out on the channel as well. So we are introduced to Zenkai Juran, and while we do see the rest of the Kikainoids, again, like Gaon, Majin, and Bloon, so the first one to or the first Kikainoid that Kaito meets is Jiran. So during the so it happens just after uh, Toji Tendo comes to Earth and attacks. So uh, in the middle of chaos, uh, one of the kind of like captains of the Toji Tendo army, uh, like he told Juran to attack the humans that he was trying to have a party with, and he actually attempts to defend them, but thinking that they're allies, Juran and the Toji Tendo are allies, they run away in fear. So we do see that the Toji Tendo is also trying to ruin the harmonious relationship that has actually just formed between the humans and the Kikainoids. So uh, this is when Juran and Kaito meet. And we also see, by the way, Kaito's parents, although they are in flashbacks, so they are recognized as researchers and scientists who have discovered the parallel worlds, and they have their research. So Kaito discovers their research thanks to his robotic assistant Setchan. So, anyways, I'm just going to put Juran down for a bit. So again, we do see the technology that's involved in creating the geartlingers and the Sentai gears. Now, we see in this episode like how Kaito uh, and the other Zenkaigers would become the Zenkaigers. Now, I'm actually trying to you know remember what happens in the movie. Now, I haven't seen it, by the way, so this is just based off of clips that I've seen, like the trailers and such. So what I'm seeing, or what I've seen in episode 1, could actually be a different origin story as to how the Zenkaigers became the Zenkaigers. So uh, we see in the movie trailers that we see Zen Kaiser and Akared. So basically all the Reds, and the Zen Kaiser. So uh, I would assume that they have received at least the Sentai gears from Aka Ranger and the other uh, Super Sentais that that would become like the so basically the Jew Rangers, Magi Rangers, Gao Ranger, and Bokenger. So these four Sentai teams. So I I was thinking that they would have given the Sentai gears and even the Geartlingers actually to Kaito and the rest of the Kikainoids. So how it happens is actually different. So how how Kaito and Juran become the Zenkaigers. So it's a different story. Now, uh, if you see the clips for the movie, we already see all five Zenkaigers together, but as of episode 1, it's just Kaito and Jiran. So I think they're doing the Q Ranger approach, which is to have each member join gradually. So we start with 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5. So again, they do have the approach, uh, like I've said, that the Q Ranger took in uh, introducing the entire team. So I guess they're trying an individual approach to have a proper focus or a proper introduction on each Zenkaiger. So uh, it's even though we see two Zenkaigers in this episode, again, Kaito and Jiran, so it's definitely more than enough to see them, being introduced properly. So, okay, so we see how they're introduced, and then by next week, we're going to have a third member, and then focus on that. So, by episode 4 of by episode 3, so we have the fourth member, and by episode 4 we have the fifth member. So by episode 6 probably we would see this is assuming uh, so we this is when we would see the Zenkaigers fight together as a completed team. So again, uh, it's not really like the original approach, but okay, let's go with that. So uh, we do see Juran trying to defend a boy, a human, by the way, who was about to be attacked by Tojiten, the foot soldier, and then this is how he meets Kaito, and this is how he gains the power to become Zenkai Juran. So, of course, both of them fight, so they transform, they fight, and this is also when Setchan contacts Kaito and tells him or teaches him how to use the Sentai gears. So here in this episode, we see the Juoger and the Ninninger Sentai gears used. So Kaito used the uh, Juoger Sentai gear while he gives Juran the Ninja Sentai gear. And of course, uh, this enables each Zenkaiger to use the abilities that are related to the owners or uh, related to the Sentai that is contained in those gears. So again, with Juoger, Kaito gains the ability to fly just like um, Joe Eagle. Now, it's clarified by Sechan that the powers that are contained in the other Sentai gears are actually the powers of the Red Rangers. So again, this is why we see Kaito gaining wings like Duo Eagle. And when Juran uses the Ninja medal or the Sentai gear rather, so he uh, basically gains the abilities of Aka Ninja only. So for maybe other Super Sentai gears or other Sentai gears that would be used, so this would simply be based off what the Red Rangers are capable of doing. But okay, that's understandable, I guess. So we also see Kaito performing his finishers, like using the gear tlinger, and we also see Juran grow and also use his Kikai Henke, so Juran Tirano. So we also see it in action today, because we now, they have kind of like a similar approach to Kira Major. So you do have uh, separate battles for Kaito because he doesn't actually grow, or at least that's what we know so far. So he battles on ground while Juran and the other Kikainoid Zenkaigers can grow and fight on their own. And of course, if need be, they can combine into Zenkai O. So maybe next week we were probably going to see uh, Zenkai O in action. So stay tuned for that. Now, other things that I've noticed in this episode, there is no ending theme song, however, there is a dance created for the series, and this is actually for the beginning or the opening theme. So we do have the opening theme played already, and there's also a return of the eye catch that appears, in the middle of the show, like before the commercial and after the commercial in between. So it's interesting to see that return. Now, another thing that I noticed is that the music, a lot of the background music, especially during action sequences, are very much taken from Go Rangers. So, like they're heavily modified, but you still have that very Showa esque sound. Like it doesn't feel modern. Like you will, even if you haven't seen the entirety of Go Ranger, for example, but if you try watching Go Ranger, uh, you will definitely notice the similarities in the background music, or again, like the music that was used during fight scenes. So again, it of course owes to the fact that Kaito himself as Zenkaiser is based off of uh, you know Go Ranger, or Aka Ranger to be precise. So yeah, we do also we I also noticed that this universe, or this world that Kaito is in, so it's not it is a world that had no Super Sentai, so this technically makes him the first uh Sentai. This makes the Zenkaigers the first Sentai in their world. So how are they going to rescue the other Super Sentai worlds that have been taken by the Tojitendo? How are they going to be freed? That's what we are going to have to see in future episodes, and I'm excited for that. So, since the episode ends with the uh, or not really Zenkaiser, but Kaito, Juran, and uh, Yatsude. So Yatsude, by the way, is Kaito's grandmother. So they've seen that the world has fused with another universe again. So this is actually going to play into the next episode. So again, watch out for that. So, anyways, as for how I would rate Zenkaiger's opening, it's kind of hard, but you know what? It's a great opening, so I'm giving it 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed it. Lots of throwbacks. Uh, you know, again, it is an anniversary Super Sentai, so definitely throwbacks are going to be commonplace. It's going to be a very huge thing, and I'm excited to see how it would play out. And who knows? Maybe one day we would actually see some cameos within the show, and I'm pretty sure you guys would like to see that as well. Although it's going to be very much like Gokaiger if that happens, but again, it's possible, and I would be interested in seeing that happen. So for example, like when they release uh, Super Sentai universe, let's say for example when they break the Go Rangers free, they might be able to meet the Go Rangers, just like they met Aka Ranger in the movie. So who knows? Maybe something like that could happen as well within the show. So let me let me know what you guys think if you've already seen Zenkaiger episode 1. So if you've already seen Zenkaiger, so leave a comment down below. So again, tell us what you thought about Zenkaiger, or if you haven't seen the show, or if you haven't seen the show yet, tell us what you're expecting from Zenkaiger. So again, leave it in the comments down below. So thank you for watching, and as always, please do leave a like, comment, share this video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get the latest from JE Fusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Zenyuk Zekai!